Good
Oh,
morning.
oh, it worked. Don't we love that? I wasn't looking up. Hello.
We're kind of surprised every time that we
I know,
happen
what
to be
is that?
on.
I clicked the button and I'm like, whoa.
Good
Happy
morning.
TMM.
Happy
Welcome everybody. I'm Melanie Casey Jewelry. This is our VP Katie. We are a fine jewelry brand in Andover, Massachusetts, and we specialize in handmade bridal jewelry. Today we are making a piece of jewelry together. If you're new for here at the TMM, the Tuesday morning meeting, you are joining us for around 2 hours designing an actual piece for our collection. And in the comments, we will take your design ideas and you're going to help me actually design this in CAD today. Katie, how does it all work?
So, like Melanie said, this is Tuesday morning meeting, which we call TMM, which if you are with us for long enough, you will learn a lot of acronyms that are strange. But TMM is, like we said, we like to design with you guys. So a lot of our clients and fans of the brand often ask us like how these designs come to life. And so we started this as a way to kind of show you behind the scenes what it takes for Melanie to design our pieces. So unlike like mass produced jewelry brands, we actually create everything by hand. I don't. Don't worry. Our team of expert jewelers creates all of Melanie's original designs by hand. And sometimes, like during the holiday season, we design with you with your input and comments on social media and stuff like that. But we love it so much that we wanted to make it a regular occurrence. So we meet here with you guys every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern to design a piece for the collection. Sometimes we have an idea going in what we're going to design. Sometimes we have no idea and we kind of do it on the spur of the moment. So we don't really ever know what to expect, but it's always going to be a fun time. And then what happens after this is at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern today, this piece that we designed together will go live on our website, which is melaniecasey.com. And those of you who are here with us or have access to that page, we'll tell you how in a little bit. You can purchase it today only for 15% off the retail price. So it goes live at 5 p.m. with a watercolor image of what the piece will look like. It's on a pre-order timeline, so you'll have to wait a little bit, but you'll get 15% off one day only. That sale is valid. So that's what we like to do together. And Melanie has a very gorgeous stone picked out for us
Let's
today.
get that stone photo up, Miss Kristen.
And
She's the
those of
magic
you
behind the scenes.
who were with us the last couple weeks know that Kristen was on vacation, and we are just very glad that she's back. You get to see this instead of Melanie like awkwardly trying to hold up the
Oh
stone.
God, this move, trying to show the stone.
It
I
doesn't
do
always
have
work.
it right here.
It does
I
not
mean,
always
I
work.
am gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
She is. She's so gorgeous.
Oh
Okay,
gosh.
I want to geek out about the stone.
Tell us about the stone, and then I'm gonna talk about gift cards. So stay tuned for that.
Okay. Do you want? Okay, gift card second.
Yeah.
Diamond first. Okay, it is a lab grown cushion cut diamond. It's got a square cushion cut shape, and it is icy light blue. It's a VVS 2 clarity and 1.8 carats. So it's sort of, I would say, a medium sized stone, and the light blue color is so hard to find.
Yes.
I have a small collection of them that I just was able to source very recently, and it's a very real chance that I won't find more in this color ever, or if not, like a long, long time from now. So
Yeah.
we are going to design an engagement ring or a special ring of some kind today with this stone. And then, I don't know, hopefully drop a collection of a few of these pale blue icy stones. They'll look really nice with white diamonds. We want to bring up the blue tone, but it's like, it's purposely faint blue.
Yeah.
Instead of that, like a lot of lab grown blue diamonds are neon. And
Yes.
it looks strange. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
look like fine jewelry to me. So
This looks very natural and subtle, and like I prefer
yes.
stones with like this very pale. Is it really colored? And this one also
Yes.
looks bigger than 1 carat. When you held it up, I was like, wait, that looks way bigger than I thought it
Yeah.
was. I guess the
It's a
spread
really
is just really good.
sizable. It is. It's a really good size. 1.8, but it's still not even a
Yeah.
not even a 2 carat, and it's got a lot of or flame
Where are you?
giving it. It has a
Yeah,
lot of
that is
space. It's really
substantial.
beautifully. It's got kind of that crushed ice fast thing too.
Oh, so pretty.
So it's very sparkly, and it is.
Okay.
If
want
you were buying lab grown, but and it's a color diamond, and you're kind of like, I want it to look as close to the natural diamond version that possible. The paler colors like this are how you achieve that. It's like
Yeah.
a diamond snob will look at this diamond and be like, oh my God. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Oh, is
Is
it
that
millions of
millions of
dollars?
Uh,
Natural colored stones are very expensive, guys.
Crazy.
Very
Crazy.
expensive.
Collector. Especially if these clarities, like a BBS one like this.
Right.
It's like perfect.
Yeah, it's almost like impossible to find, first of all, but if you can, you're paying 6 figures for
Literally.
that.
Yes.
Okay, so what I
gift
also
cards?
wanted to talk about, yes, before we get into the actual design, Melanie's gonna pull
Oh,
up
okay.
CAD in a minute, which is the way that she designs jewelry on the computer. And so she'll talk you through like what she's doing to create this new ring design. But what we also like to do on Tuesday morning meetings is give you guys gift cards. So throughout the live today, Kristen has just added our link to comments and she'll pin it there wherever you're watching. You just enter your name and email address, and I'm going to pull some random winners throughout the live today to give you $100 virtual gift card to Melanie Casey in your email inbox. But we also keep that link up live throughout the rest of the week because we know some of you can't join on Tuesday mornings because you have work and other responsibilities. Totally understand. But if you're watching it later, you can also enter. And our grand prize for the weekly drawing is $250 Melanie Casey gift card. So I'm going to draw that winner now. I just kind of choose it randomly. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
It always like stresses me out an unnecessary amount when I pull the name because it's like, oh no, what if it's somebody that already won it? Which you can, it's fine. You can also win it twice, but it's always like, oh,
It's crazy.
Okay. Oh, Cass, it's you.
Oh, yay!
That is so exciting. Are you here today? Cass and Esme, are you here?
She walked in here.
I don't see
You
you.
excited? It's just that in her inbox.
Yay. Okay. I'm gonna send that to you now, Cass. $250 to melaniecasey.com. The gift cards do not expire, by the way. You can save them until you have something that you want, or you can use them on this piece today for 15% off of it too. Oh, that's nice. Elise is saying no one else does colored diamonds like MC. Everyone else's are tacky and too bright. I said what I said. I have to agree with you on that one. I'm not gonna disagree.
Okay, so did you do the spiel? Is the spiel?
I did the spiel over.
Complete? Okay. I want to, so I've been wearing this necklace forever. It's like tinsel, it was tinsel inspired. Where are we? I don't even have a picture of it.
I
It
love
was
it.
it's like just a little scattery and it's like lots of space. I was thinking something like this pendant, but just all like make a wide band with just only this like cutout diamondy background and then put our diamond in the middle. Does that make sense?
Ooh,
Did that make sense?
yeah.
But
No,
like
it
so
does.
this spready open diamond that kind of weaves around and then
Oh,
we
so
put
the
it
diamonds aren't on the band. The diamonds are the band.
are the band.
Oh,
Are the band. So they're
fascinating. Let's do
yes.
it. Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds great.
Okay.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but I trust
no idea.
your vision.
Yeah, we'll see if it is castable. We're pretty good at hidden construction, but
Yeah.
this will be pushing us.
Yeah. You guys have to understand that as like we said, we do not have a plan of like what the final design will look like. Often Melanie has an idea like she does today,
I
but
put this on, I was like, oh, I can
usually,
just make this and do a ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
usually the idea and the product development happens in secret. And so the world doesn't know that we're trying to do it. And on Tuesday morning meetings, we're just sort of putting it out there and the jewelers will be like, really? Enamel? Are we doing enamel now?
Oh, the enamel was a surprise to the
That was a
team.
surprise to all of us. Yes.
But like I've seen them do it before and they just need to like go
Yeah.
for it. And they are,
Yeah.
they're going for it. So
Oh, I would be remiss at this moment if I did not mention, we are hiring jewelers. So if you are, or if you know someone who has extensive jewelry experience, we are hiring for a contract work from home jewelers positions. It is a very challenging line to work on, and so our application process is pretty challenging. We're pretty selective because our pieces are really hard to make. But we're also hiring for jewelers apprentices at our Andover studio. So if you know somebody in Massachusetts or somebody wants to move to Massachusetts and learn jewelry from our experts, this is a really great program to sort of get into it. And we have several graduates on the team right now, and they're all wonderful, and their skills have grown incredibly amount. So please go to our website to the careers page and apply if that sounds like you.
We
It's
did
taking
just
so long.
graduate our most recent jeweler's apprentice program, and we have 3
Yeah.
graduates that are now permanent jewelers in the team.
Yeah.
And that's a really big way we build our team.
Yeah.
Is like so I think people will always have the question of like, well, how do you know if you're qualified to even be like a jeweler's apprentice at our company? And actually usually it's a metalsmith undergrad degree, or it's somebody that's been working in the industry, maybe in an isolated department for a while, and they don't know, let's say they only stone set, but they don't actually know construction and they don't have as strong soldering skills, like those missing areas. It's an amazing opportunity for somebody to do the jeweler's apprentice to learn the remaining skills.
Yeah.
And frankly, often a lot of jewelry education, even self-driven, it could get somebody to a place where they could be qualified for that. But there's almost always gaps in the learning in most people's early careers. And so we fill all the gaps basically.
Right.
The requirement really is that you have to be able to do metalsmithing. Like you have to be comfortable with a torch, files, pliers, polishing. You have to have a background. Otherwise, the challenge is too steep to get through the program in 6 months. But we do
And
extensive testing for people, so no one's coming in that like we don't believe in, you know?
Right. Yeah. We'll only hire if we think that you can be successful at it, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you bring that up because we have so many jewelers who come to that program who have worked for other jewelry brands.
Yeah.
But a lot of brands do it where like one person does the soldering, one person does the stone
Yeah,
setting. And
isolate.
so like you said, their skills are so siloed. For our collection, they're responsible for like start to finish. Like one person is like working on your piece and finishing it. So it's like a completely well-rounded skill set. But yeah, so congrats to Courtney, Nico, and Ari, our most recent graduates,
That's great.
who might be making your jewelry
Yeah,
right now.
absolutely.
Very
And they're
exciting.
here they were here last year during our bridal week event. So people actually, a lot of people probably met them and didn't like, know that they were in an apprentice program.
Yeah.
But they're no longer in it. So and then the work from home opportunity, that's for a master jeweler.
Yeah.
But I think we're the only jewelry company that I've ever heard of that has a program like that. We
Yeah.
have like a straight up work from home jewelry job.
It is unheard of. And it
So we
started
have
because of
jewelers
COVID.
around the country that just
Yeah.
work for us on our product, are fully trained by our team and like are exceptional, but they like, can be home when their kids get home off the bus, So
Yeah. That's great. We love our jewelers.
I know.
This is so funny. So Paige is saying, are you hiring pre-K teachers at MC? No? Damn.
Honestly, I can really use help with the kids at home.
We have a lot of kids
That is
on the
not my
team.
skill set. We have so many kids on this team. So
Elise
many
said, me
maternity
and my
leaves.
soft skills waiting for the admin HR marketing Jester hiring announcement.
Hey, we
You can always use the Jester.
the moment that opportunity comes in, we know where to
Calling you.
look.
We're calling you.
So right now I am going to attempt to place the stones. So my default is like pretty tight small cluster stones. The reason this piece is special is because it has a ton of openness and airiness. So I'm using this gray bar just to direct. I don't want to go beyond my boundary. Like I would like this to be, I think, 5 millimeters wide at most. So I'm just using the gray as a boundary, and that will eventually disappear. It's not going to be metal. I made it gray. I'm going to place the stones quite far apart, and then I'm going to work on connecting them with like a spider web, like fine details of hand placed metal, so that it looks when it's set and it's finished, all you see is diamonds. That is, again, that's the reason the necklace I'm going to take the necklace off so you guys can see it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I want it to look like you can't tell how it's joined. And we will cover up that functionality by, like I said, like hand placing every single tiny connection. You can't run like a one of the like a script in CAD and automatically put a band in there. Like it has to be done completely by hand. So
Yeah.
you see how this is just, can you see it okay?
Yeah.
You can, actually.
Maybe a little
Um,
yeah, that's great.
So you see how like, oh, also it's like all levels from the side. So it looks like we just like kind of dropped a bunch of diamonds on the table.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do. And I
I
don't
love
want it symmetrical, but I do want it to be within, again, within our boundary line of gray.
Yeah.
It will also just ever so slightly dome the band
Right.
so that just to be comfortable, and it gives us, by raising it up in the middle, it like gives us a little more meat of metal.
Yeah.
More metal is better on this, but I don't want you to be able to see it.
Love
That's
it. Okay, I'm gonna
Um,
remind people, because if
crazy.
people are joining late, they're gonna see this metal band. So I'm gonna try to remember to remind people what that's gonna look like as we go. Oh yay, Emmy says about the jeweler positions. She's always wanted to be a jeweler. No programs are near her, but she thinks it's the year she's gonna finally take on self-learning in an online course.
Oh my
That's
God, do it.
exciting.
Do it, do it, do it.
And then in a
I
few
don't
years,
Yeah.
join the team. It's a
I don't
TMM love
believe-
story.
I don't believe it has to be accredited to get you there. In fact, I think most of the accredited programs are like lacking a lot of the skills anyway. So
We are not snobs
that's
about
my
the back.
journey.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before. I was very lucky living where I am, that there's like a nonprofit jewelry like they do weekend classes, and it fit with my full-time job and all of that. I just honestly, I was just lucky that that happened to exist in our area, because I didn't have the financial flexibility to go and actually do like the professional trade school, North Bennett Street School, which is in Boston, for instance. It was never gonna happen for me. I already went to college,
Right,
I already
right.
paid all that money, and I was like, I can't go into double debt for another
Yeah.
potential dream that I don't know what that would look like. So
Right,
yeah,
especially if you're not
figured
sure
it out
it's gonna
myself.
work out and there's all those kind of doubts, and I mean, lucky for
Exactly.
you.
and mentally I was like, oh, I'm gonna just do this for fun, because the idea of admitting out loud, like, I actually want this to be my career, is really scary and strange. So like,
Mhm.
just go for it. Just go
Yeah.
for it.
Laura's gonna go for it too. She said, I started looking for things locally. They're all about an hour away and she needs the money for the program, but it's on her list
Yeah.
of next things to learn.
It's worth it. I know a lot of people used to stay over at a hotel, and they would do like the weekend intensives. I would just suck it up and do the drive, but because it was, my place was like about an hour away. Totally worth it though. And it was like,
Yeah.
I would take PTO from work just to go for that, to get the Friday in,
Yeah.
and it's like just supportive community
Mhm.
people,
Robin is saying she thought you were always interested in jewelry. Do you want to talk about what you were doing before jewelry design? We talked about it before in here, but it's a fun story.
It's funny to me because I was in finance. My background,
Like
my
the polar
degree.
opposite of a creative position.
I don't know what I was thinking. God, I wasn't very good at it. First of all, that's the cold hard truth. Wasn't very good at it, and I actually, like, I was joke, but like, I'm serious. I am very good at Excel, but it's really the only thing I probably got out of it. But I have a finance degree from Northeastern in Boston, and also a marketing degree. Like, I did a double major thing, and Northeastern has like co-op program, and I'm very competitive. So the hardest to get co-ops were the ones that I was like, well, that's what I think I should want because everyone wants it, and they were always in finance. So when I got my co-op job and I worked at the company I ended up working at, like, it was actually kind of fun and awesome. Like, the people were really into it and they're really nice. So I just got like convinced it was for me. No one was convincing me. It's just the school and the system that I was in told me that that's like a good choice. And then I went for it, I was studying for the CFA, it's like certified financial advisor, whatever.
Oh,
I was studying for one of those programs. I was like going through like it's like 3 tests, and every test you have to be in the top percentage of it's like you have to be the top, I think, 50% of test takers to pass in advance. So every test, every step, it escalates how difficult it is to advance because obviously they cut the pool down. And there were full-blown, full-time portfolio managers and traders in the program in taking the test because they just need the letters behind their name.
Right.
So like I'd be sitting there and I know the guy sitting next to me is an actual like bond trader. And I'm like, how am I better than 50? I'm gonna be able to pass this thing. Pass the first round, but doesn't mean anything because I was never gonna pass it. That was signal number one. That was it for me. And then signal number two was I worked for the subprime mortgage team during the 2008 market collapse, which was collapsed because of subprime mortgages. My team that I worked for literally traded the thing that took down our economy. And I was like a no man. I was just like on the team, whatever. I actually set up the conference calls when the partners at the company were advising the Fed. And I used to sit and listen and be like full blown behind the scenes quiet talks of like, you need to save this economy. This is the lever you need to pull. If you don't pull it, it's going to be gone. And I know these guys personally, and they actually were I still believe like advising in a way that like had the country's best interest at heart, even though not everyone is that way. But I personally listened to those conversations. So like
You were a
it was
fly on
cool
the
what I've
wall.
done,
That
but
is wild.
I was not allowed to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, I was
other,
not probably even supposed to be in there, but they were like, fine, Melanie can stay. Who's she gonna tell? She's not gonna get on alive and tell everybody.
She's not gonna say this for the internet to see. Oh my god. I think the other probably signal that it was the wrong career for you is like all the naps that you took.
Oh, that time. It's a very big drinking culture in that environment, unfortunately for me. And I
Oh.
can hang. If anyone knows me, I cannot hang. I'm not built for that life. Yeah, I drank too
Yeah.
much and slept on my desk and
Happens.
didn't get fired. Didn't get caught. Didn't get caught. Or if I did get caught, they didn't wake me up to tell me that
They were just
discovered
like,
it.
okay, that's
I
normal.
literally just crawled under the desk.
Maybe they were
Anyway, so then
daydreaming.
I learned that that industry was going nowhere because in 2008, everybody around me got laid off. I was able to keep my job luckily, but there was not going to be any career progression for at least 10 years. Nothing, no question of that. And everyone was really upset and sad and stressed in that environment for obvious reasons because they were losing their clients like a ton of money and it was really hard. So I started taking classes at night at Mass Art just because I wanted a creative outlet. And then I went, oh crap, I'm in the wrong industry. This is better. I love this. I hate this.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't hate like the team or anything like that. I did just I'm not a math person.
Yeah.
Not.
That's
So-
why like it stresses me out thinking
Okay.
those tests you had to take. No, thank you.
Those tests were horrible.
I can't imagine.
People used to take them like with like I have children now, a family, all kinds of everything that we're all so busy. There were people in there that were like they had like young kids, like in my current state of life. Like how?
But were they all men?
Yeah, they were. Actually, they're 50-50. Hey,
Okay, that's
John
good.
is trying to hide. Come and say hi. No one can see you. He won't come over and say hi.
John, come shy. Come here. John is Melanie's husband. We're not harassing a coworker. Well, sort of, but like we're allowed to harass that one. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Kayla in comments is saying next week's inspo needs to be a pivot table. It would be kind of cool. I can see it. A gemstone pivot table. And
I'm in.
actually, the word pivot is a good name for a piece.
Oh, I like it. All right, guys, I'm in.
Right.
So, just letting you guys know, I was just tempted to fill in all of my gaps, and I'm not going to do that. So this is what our scatter looks like.
I like it.
We're gonna see.
one very
Nasty
like
levels.
hallmark of Melanie's designs is negative space like this. So a lot of the pieces you can see on the website, again, melaniecasey.com. If you look for like a cluster design or something like that, you will see a lot of negative space in there. And it just makes it feel really light and airy and pretty. It's just pretty.
I'm going to make our band down here 2.5 millimeters wide by 1.5 millimeters tall. And that is going to give us some support underneath the band where there's going to be a lot less support as we move through this like fluid area. So I'm not going to do our signature band down here. There's a time and a place for it, and this is not it. Know what I mean? Especially with the level of experimentation this is. But yeah,
We don't need
this will just
unnecessary
give us
this.
structure.
Love
Let's see. I want the levels. We know this, and I'm wondering if, but I don't want to go too hard on the levels because I do want this to actually be a featured focal diamond in the middle.
Yeah.
Do you guys care if we do prong or bezel on our focal stone? Do we have an opinion on that? Because it's all
So
light and airy.
bezel.
So typically I would go prong, but that's old Melanie. We do a lot of bezel now. New Melanie. So always open to bezel.
Melanie with Sculptra does bezel.
You know, it doesn't look good.
It looks so good. I'm gonna get it. If I get it now, will it be there for Bridal Week? I think probably.
Honestly, yes. Honestly,
Um,
yes. It takes like, what is it? I don't know. Don't put me in this. I'm not a doctor.
A few months.
Some months to build it.
Okay. A few. A
Hurts. It
handful.
hurts so much. It hurts so much.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it then. I'll get a tattoo all day long, but needles in my
I
face.
think it's maybe on par.
Oh god. Okay.
Have you ever had laser hair removal?
No, I'm scared of that. I'm scared of that one.
Okay, depends on your hair follicles or whatever. If you've had it, I have. I've had a whole lot of it. I'm Italian. This is my hair, skin color, and hair. Clearly, I've had hair.
You still have this.
I have
This is
babies, so
swap.
clearly this is what I would look like if I didn't have hair removal. But so anyway, don't get too close on the wrong day, you know. But that hurts me so much that everything else is tolerable because I don't know. I think it's like they're deep recurring hair follicles for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
So it's like laser hair removal, childbirth, sculpture.
Honest to God, I was during childbirth being like, I'm getting an epidural, clearly, but like I'm okay. Actually okay. Why am I okay?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But I also didn't have like people have experiences that they are not okay. So
Right.
and that hurts a lot more than what.
I've heard breaking a femur is the most painful thing. that a
Wait,
human
where's your
can
femur? What's your
Big leg
femur?
bone, thigh bone.
The big thigh?
Mm-hmm. I've heard that that's more painful
I
than
mean,
anything.
imagine how big, I mean, just that bone is huge.
I can't imagine.
Okay, I hate this question, but I also love it. What is everybody's most painful thing they've ever experienced? Okay, Katie, you go first.
We talk about really
I love this
depressing
topic.
stuff on these.
See, that's my kind of like sick brain where I'm like, tell me it
You
all. So I
do.
can understand it and not be
Yeah.
afraid of it.
Okay. Most
Or maybe
painful
be
thing-
super afraid by this, but
I mean, probably natural childbirth, but that sounds boring.
there's no question.
That's a boring
No
answer.
question.
Though. I want something more exciting, but I don't think I have anything more exciting.
Have you ever broken a bone?
Yes. Okay. Do you want to hear my broken bone story?
Yes, of course.
So, if my mom watches this, she'll be rolling her eyes in this moment because I talk about it all the time. So
It was like life altering.
when I was 9, I was swinging on the rope swing in my parents' backyard and fell on my left arm, and it hurt very, very, very badly. Okay, so now as a parent, I understand this reaction, but my parents were like, "Oh no, let's get an ice pack. Like, are you okay? Like, just sleep on it and see." I knew that thing was broken, right? It hurt more than anything I've ever experienced. And I was like, "No, I really think it's broken." They're like, "We'll see in the morning." So they made me sleep on a broken wrist, took me to the hospital the next day for an x-ray. Sure enough, that thing was broken. And I have never let them live it down.
Yeah,
but
and
I also,
they are
like-
terrible parents. They shouldn't live
Yes.
it down. I'm just kidding. I'm
Yes.
totally gonna end up doing that to my
But
kids.
the downside of that experience is that now I take my kids for an x-ray at like any
Oh,
moment. I
you're
spent
like afraid of doing that to your own
so much
kids?
freaking money on x-rays this past year because they're like, "Oh, I stubbed my toe." I'm like, "Let's make sure it's not broken." Because I don't want to be causing the trauma.
I gotta tell you, we're all destined to absolutely traumatize our children in ways we can't even fathom.
I know.
I'm not looking forward to it. I just know that's my destiny.
Yeah. Okay, wait, we've got some very split. So we asked you guys if you want prong or bezel for the focal stone. We're very split on this. I would say most people are saying prong though.
Okay.
For those of you, yes, Kristen has a visual up here. Prong is just those little tiny bits of metal that hold the stone securely in place. And bezel is where the metal has a very thin band all the way around the stone for the structure of holding it in place. So we need to know, just vote for a couple more minutes while we figure out what else you guys have done that's very painful. Melanie, what's your most painful? Laser hair removal?
It's really funny because like maybe, but no,
Yeah.
I well, I don't know. The laser hair removal is like ongoing. So I'm traumatized because it like is never gonna end.
Oh, right.
But I broke my arm. I remember that hurt really, 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 really bad. I smashed it and I popped the whole end
Ugh.
of my elbow, like the point off. So I had that
What?
up to the armpit in fifth grade, armpit cast. So, but the problem was I did it towards the end of the school year. So I had to have the cast all summer and you can't get it wet. It was
Yeah,
awful.
do you know that now they make casts that kids can get wet? It's not the same experience. A friend of mine,
Yeah.
her daughter dislocated her
That doesn't even
shoulder.
count.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, right before summer she can't do the pool. And she was like, no, now she can like do whatever she wants in this cast.
Does that mean you're
It's
able to like clean it? Because that was the worst part.
Oh,
Like
the
it was
itching.
itchy because it
Ooh,
was
I don't
sweaty.
think so. I think that's probably still a factor because you can't take it off, but I don't know. So many
I
comments, CKP saying that there's a new fancy laser that isn't supposed to hurt. Have you heard about this?
I have not, but I wonder, does it actually work?
It's always a question. Beauty is pain.
I feel like with pain comes like progress.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Elise says hers is shingles. I've had shingles and that hurts. I had shingles while pregnant with
You did?
Sam. No,
How
I
have
don't
we
remember
not
which one.
discussed this? I'm horrified.
I had
I'm so
shingles
sorry.
and like I thought I couldn't get
But
shingles until I was like 70, but no.
yeah,
If you've had chickenpox, you can get shingles. And it was really painful. Like I couldn't sit. It was on my back and I couldn't sit down and I was pregnant. It was awful.
do you know if
Um,
there was like a pregnancy related reason, like your immune system or something?
I don't know. I guess
Or is it
probably
just
that would make
unlucky?
sense, right? Yeah, I
Because
think I
like
was just really unlucky.
that's
And it
everyone
was
says it's
early
one big
pregnancy
one.
too. And so I like didn't have an appointment for a while. And I remember messaging this like acquaintance of mine who's a dermatologist. And I was like, I just need your
I'm
help right now.
dying.
She helps
Yeah,
me.
I'm
So
dying.
nice.
This is awful.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Taser says that she burned her leg on a softball pitching machine. What?
Ooh,
I kind of want more information about that.
I
Oh,
can
Elise, yours
picture
was
this. I
postpartum.
feel like horrifying.
Elisa's shingles were
Cool.
postpartum and mine was partum. What's
This
that
is
up
full
for?
partum.
Full partum pregnant. Okay, Paige says 10.6 pound baby, 46-hour labor, no meds. I salute you. It's really the time because all of my labors were short. And so I just cannot imagine doing that for that long. You
You're
might
a
be winning.
hero.
I think you win,
That's
Paige, but I'm gonna keep
heroic.
on.
You're alive. The baby's alive. We have all survived. That is insane. Mine
At
were
what
both
point
really
were you
fast
asking for
too,
meds?
I would
Because
think. I think my babies were both fast compared to what people do, but I don't remember it because my brain was wiped.
my
It was
first
a number
was,
of hours that was reasonable though. I want to say
yeah,
5, 6.
that's
That normal?
fast.
Was
That's
it
really
fast? Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
Because the doctor
My
told me to
first
stay
was
home. I almost had the baby in the effing car.
3.5 hours, which is really fast for a first baby.
Wow.
Like I was
Wow.
like
Yeah.
the doctor was like, oh my God, she's
Oops.
okay, whatever. And then my second was like 5 hours, but I was like very calm throughout it. It was like a water birth. I was like in the zone. And so by the time I was crowning, my doctor was down on Brown Street, still trying to drive to the hospital. Got there like in street clothes just in time. And
So scary.
Sam was an emergency C-section. Can't even talk
Yes.
about it. Traumatic. And then Cooper
Everyone's
was
got
like
their
a normal 8 hours, but I remember thinking something was desperately wrong because it was taking so long. And my midwife was like, this is not long, but it's just
like
because
you
the other
actually have not even got like most people haven't even started. Yeah.
right. And I think the reason my midwife said is because I was at home and like relaxed instead of like all the adrenaline of being in the hospital and all those kinds of things. And she was like, no, your body's just doing it. And I was like, something.
Oh my god, your body's magical. Is it
Hold
weird?
on a second.
I always tell
Oh.
my kids when they like are sick and then they get better. I'm like, your body's amazing. Your body's amazing. Look at it heal. I always tell my son, I compliment him and like with this compliment, I'm like, you're the best healer I've ever met. And he's like, I know. I don't know why that became a thing. It's like the cutest reaction you've ever seen. He's so proud of his healing ability.
So cute. I tell Sam actually. I tell Sam that he's the best barfer in the world because he is. He knows when it's coming. He's my almost 8-year-old. He knows when it's coming. He gets to the toilet every single time, and he'll just be like, "I need to throw up," and then run to the toilet.
Boom.
Like nothing.
My daughter, at probably, she was definitely in preschool. Her first time, like with a real sick puke, like not like a baby puke, but like a old enough to acknowledge she was about to throw up. She stood up, said, I think I'm going to throw up, pulled her hair back, ponytail style,
Queen.
and stood college
Queen.
and threw up into the toilet. Like made it to the
Queen
toilet, held
of
her
barfing.
own hair. What?
Wow.
What? I think she did learn it because when I had norovirus, she observed me violently.
Oh, that's cute. She was like, "Mommy."
So it was like shortly thereafter. Actually, I
Aw.
think she might have caught norovirus. I think Reed brought it in and then she caught it. It was some loop, but she observed and then took care of business. I didn't have to clean anything off the seat. Like it was
Wow.
perfection.
Really impressive. Really impressive.
I mean that norovirus takes you off like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I haven't had that since I had never had it before having children, and now I can't believe how many times we've had.
That's
Everything
honestly the worst
in
when
our
that goes
house.
through the house, and I would much rather have a cold or even the flu, honestly.
Yeah, as we're talking about things that were like uncomfortable or painful or like, it hurts it. You know what I hate more than anything I've ever been through that's like a broken bone? I would have a broken elbow over norovirus.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you
Have
used
you
to
ever
have
had
bad migraines too. Did you get nauseated with migraines?
Migraines are so the greatest thing in the entire world. I am very lucky. After having my kids, I actually had migraines while pregnant. So I just thought, oh no, like I'm going to be one of those people that they get worse. They have completely gone away. And now Reed is 5. So it's been 5 years. I've had maybe 1 or 2 the whole time. And every time it's because like I'm jet lagged and it's like or like I'm detoxing up after having too much caffeine for too long. And now drink completely drink decaf because of the migraines. So it helps a lot to not have the fluctuation. But so yeah, if you get migraines, just have babies.
There you go. Solid advice.
Beautiful.
You
but
don't
it
have to
not
be ready
whatever
to
the
get
hell
there.
hormonal something that was going on right off its ass.
So interesting.
And I used to be fully like debilitated. Like I had
Yes.
them, I mean, they were hormonal, I'm sure. So I'd get them like monthly.
Yeah. I've had 1, maybe 2 migraines in my whole life. And I remember because it was when I worked here. Yes. And I remember because you and Jenny, who's the other VP, also suffers from it. And I remember
was
thinking,
the one
like,
that diagnosed hers and was like, honey, that's what that is. You need to go to the doctor and get meds. And she was like, it is. Are you sure? It's just a headache. I thought.
Although
Like,
I do
no.
kind of miss when you had migraines in a really selfish way because Melanie would like be in this migraine stupor and she would be like texting us these like really fun ideas for either pieces or promotions or something like out of
you could always tell. You could always tell.
Always. It was like very stream of conscious and I was like, all right, she's going downhill into
like I'm like, I can't see my phone, so I have no idea what I'm typing. But I have this idea. It might be epic. Honestly, I think like silhouette, perfect fit, ring sizes, all of that stuff came almost certainly from migraine state.
I think
it is like a deep meditative state because you can't go to sleep because it hurts too much. And you need to think about something because otherwise you're thinking about hurting. Right. And so I go into like, it's almost like I don't know how to meditate and I'm not like I've never like maybe someday because I don't get migraines anymore. But I'm assuming that's what it's like, where you're just like, trying to make the time pass because time and sleep are the only things that make them go away for most people. So you're just like, how do you pass the time? You only have your brain because you can't. Light hurts and sound hurts. You can't listen to anything or watch anything. It's sort of like solitary confinement in your own head for days. Migraines are messed up, man.
I'm very sorry for all of you sufferers. Yeah. Okay, we've got more pain in the comments. Laura said,
sorry guys. I like it.
My wife had the most painful kidney stones. I did many hours of contractions before doing the epidural, and the epidural was awful too. I have never had an epidural, but I was terrified of that needle. I think that's a big part of why. Ooh. Robin broke her ankle in middle school and it didn't heal properly. She retwisted it a few months ago. Something in my calf muscle snapped last year and I couldn't walk properly for 3 or 4 months. Do you know what's strange? Okay, so that sounds awful, Robin. I'm so sorry. Both of my parents have severed their Achilles tendon, the one that connects like your foot and your leg. Both of them.
Is it true that it like spins up the back of your leg?
I don't know. I don't know. But so my mom was teaching ballet. She used to be a ballet teacher and did a leap and heard a snap and that happened. And then my dad, when he was like in his
sound
50s,
of these injuries is what freaks me out. The sound.
my dad did it playing soccer when he was 50, which is not probably something you should be doing when you're 50, but yeah, both of them, which is strange. Betty says muscle cramps and spasms in her legs for 2 years daily. Sports tape just to walk or work. Side effect of a very necessary medication that you're no longer on. Ooh, that sounds awful. Both legs? Oof.
Oh, like so I heard that Charlie horse is only like an American word for cramps that people in like Europe. If anyone in the comments is from a different country outside of the US, is Charlie horse not a thing you say when you have a cramp? Like
It's the
really
cramp that
bad
like
specific
wakes you up from a dead
in the middle of
sleep
the
and
night.
it's
Yes.
and you have to like stretch it, but it hurts to stretch it. It's awful.
And I do wonder if it's actually true that like Charlie horse is not like a thing beyond our language.
Interesting.
Because it doesn't make sense. Like I don't know what that means. Okay. I'm gonna add some higher up diamonds around our focal stone. I think.
Okay.
Well, you know, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Change my mind. Let me build out the structure first to make sure we see what we're working with.
We are solidly prong in the comments now, so you're
Oh,
on
good.
the right
Okay.
direction.
I'm just kind of doing what I'm doing with the center here because we need to we actually need a place for the band to attach.
All right.
Sound
Okay, we've got a funny one. Okay, Kayla said the most painful thing, my pride. We had an obstacle course during an employee appreciation week to give away money, and I flashed a handful of people when I fell in front of everyone wearing a skirt at work. I'm sorry. That hurt my pride.
Oh my god, I love this take on our question. It is so much better. Tell me
It's so
your pride, pain, embarrassing moment, please.
Okay. Do you I might have told you this one. I don't think I've told it on this though. When my oldest son was a baby, I was very anxious as a new mom, as we all are, about, their health and all of the
Oh,
things. So I woke up one morning, he was probably like 3 months old, and I looked down and he has this like raised brown spot on his bald little head. And it was like kind of big, like, concerning big. And I was like, he's got cancer. Like, this is a melanoma. Like, what's happening? And so I'm panicking. Called the pediatrician, said, there's this spot on my son's head. I need to get it seen right away. They squeeze me in. I'm like in tears thinking they're going to tell me I need to go to oncology immediately. So we get to the office, I get in there, they do the weighing, blah, blah, blah. The nurse says, okay, what's going on today? And I say, there's a spot. Like, I haven't noticed it before. It's probably been there, but I just noticed it this morning and I don't know what to do. The nurse goes, I wonder if she takes a tissue and she rubs it and it comes right off. And what happened was I was eating an ice cream sundae the night before and I dripped chocolate syrup onto that little bald baby's head and didn't realize it. And so he woke up with this melanoma looking spot. And so the nurse was like, I wonder if and she like wiped it off. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, do you want me to get the doctor just to check him out? I was like, nope, do not get the doctor. I'm going to go home now. And I'm sure I'm on a list at that office right now. Like, handle with care. She's freaking out about chocolate syrup on her babies.
My favorite part is I imagine you like really enjoying that. Like you didn't notice it drip. So you're just like
watching a show, like
exhausted mom, and like just getting with that chocolate. And he's like, good night, sweetie, to bed.
Yep. Didn't even look at his
It was probably dark, whatever. But that is my favorite story yet.
I still get embarrassed thinking about it. The nurse, bless the nurses' hearts because they should have laughed their heads off at me.
Oh,
And they were just like,
definitely did.
we'll see you at a next checkup if nothing happens in the meantime. I'm like,
Oh,
nothing's
that
gonna
made
happen.
some list. That made
Oh,
some
absolutely.
list somewhere.
Absolutely. It probably circulates all the pediatrician offices in the Dayton
If
area.
it doesn't, it should. And
Do
like,
not. Yeah.
absolutely. I love
It's
that.
not great. It's not great.
That-
What do you have a
That's-
most embarrassing other than the black tie wedding?
I have so many embarrassing stories that I'm struggling to think. Well, I'll tell you a high school embarrassing story. This is
Okay.
No, I don't know if anyone ever found out this was me or even would remember it, but I'll never forget it. So I did well, have I told this story before? Underwear story.
No.
Okay. So fucking-
I can't wait. Wait, hold on.
So
Before you do that, I have to pull a gift card because it's like 10:45. You
Oh, God.
tell,
Okay.
I'll pull.
Okay, so no, I'm gonna focus and do what
Okay,
I'm
you
doing
do
for a minute. You're
something
gonna
else and
pull.
then we'll figure that out. Okay, wait.
So-
Oh, Laura, it's you. Laura A.
Congratulations.
Congrats. I don't think I've pulled your name before, have I? That's very exciting. Okay, pulling that, issuing that. I'm so behind on comments, you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna catch up in a second. I'm sure I have some more injured pride to read. Oh man, people have some ouchy things happening. Okay, are you ready to tell your story or do you need to do more diamonds?
I mean, okay, so I danced in high school and I did color guard, like the flags.
Oh, that's cute.
It's so cute. It was so cute. But so I would go from I'd go from after school practice at the school. I'd have to change really quick and then I'd have to fly off to dance. So, and at dance, rarely are hard and tights. You do not wear underwear under them. It's just a thing. So I took my clothes off really quick, put my leotard tights on, and then put my clothes back on. And my underwear was like, of course, in the leg of my pants, and I had no idea. So I go running down the hallway, out the door, and it's like after school. Go to dance, never think about it again. I go into school the next morning, and everybody is jumping over, screaming and freaking out about the underwear that's sitting in the middle of the hallway in high school, in the corridor.
They didn't know it was yours, right?
They did not know that it was mine.
You
But
didn't have your name written in your underwear.
I did not have it. It was not Wednesday on the bum, Melanie's Wednesday underwear. Thank God. And I don't think that it was like gross on, I don't think it was like town market. I don't think it was like anything like that. But I just remember being like, I now have to pretend that I'm also weirded out that somebody left underwear on the floor in the hallway.
Right.
And I think a rumor went around that somebody was like doing naughty stuff in the high school after hours. And it was just like, it was like a legit thing.
You started lore at that high school. Nobody knows that it was yours until now.
Like, literally, why on earth would there, like, how could this possibly get here?
Right.
You wear your underwear home. Like, what are we doing? How is this possible? And here I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Now you're high school.
Anybody so weird? Like now at 41, I don't actually care. No. I don't know why I cared so much.
Do you know what also is encouraging? Is that I actually don't think that high schoolers today would be like that weird about it. I feel like there's more like body positive, like just people are just like, it's just part of life. I don't know. I feel like this next generation is a little bit better about stuff like that. Tara Surface in the comments also was in color guard and marching band. Same one I was. Her older brother and my brother are really close friends. Anyway, and so she just said she's still haunted, as am I, by the director of that band, and we both have nightmares still. It wasn't a great experience. Yeah, I did marching band for like 2 weeks and never. I feel like you're not a marching band gal. I'm really not.
Were you
really.
what were your things? What did you do in like as a
Um,
kid?
so
Events.
I did ballet
Yeah.
until like early high school, late middle school, and then I did field hockey and
You
theater.
did.
Uh-huh. I was a good
40.
defender. And I played clarinet and band until like sophomore year, I guess. And then I mostly did theater and choir and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was
Yeah.
good at clarinet. And now Beck, my oldest, is really good at clarinet too. It's a family thing. What'd you do besides color guard?
Dance was the entirety.
Yes.
It was 6 days a week, competitions on the weekends, that whole nine. And
Yeah.
then I did play flute though in middle school and early high school, but I was really bad at it because I didn't practice and it wasn't.
You gotta practice, yeah.
I was not a practicer. But you know, my like the band was my dad was in a rock band. He actually
Cool.
played in a rock band in high school with one of the members of Aerosmith.
Stop
True
it.
story. Because
Wait,
he's like
what
from my
instrument does your
hometown.
dad play?
My dad plays drums. So he got his band back together, his rock band, when I was like a kid, and they used to practice in my house because you always go to the drummer's place because they got the
Right.
drums. And so because of that, like my house was a lot like very music focused, even though I wasn't good, like it wasn't my passion, but like the
Yeah.
rest of the house was like really into rock music. You know, we were
That's
like Pink Floyd was like a really big deal.
yeah.
You know.
You're like, whatever. I kind of want to jam with your
guys.
dad.
But my dad is a lot cooler than I am. That's all I'm gonna
That's
say.
so fun.
He's recently gone to a concert where the guy was playing. I'm a jerk. I don't remember his name. I think it was the lead guitarist or something. I can't remember. But my dad was like, hey, but like, I don't know if you remember me. And he did. And they talked for hours. And it was like this big, like, he's like, that guy's brain is fried. He's been on the road for a lot of years doing a lot of things.
When?
And my dad was like, no chance this guy's going to remember me, like, whatever. And they ended up like, not only did it remember him, they talked for like hours.
That's
But they
so
were like
cool.
they actually played. They didn't play for very long, overlapping. But my dad's band was the one that I think he was in before he went to Aerosmith.
Wow.
I know. Freaking crazy.
Origin story of Aerosmith is
Yeah.
Mr.
Brandon,
Rogers'
Massachusetts, like lore.
Wow,
Anyway.
that's wild. Oh, Robin, you should try ballet as a hobby. It's never too late. Find yourself an adult
Agreed.
class.
It's so good for your body compared to like a lot of the other harder on your
It's
body
true.
things. Like it teaches you proper form and how to stretch properly and how to like hold your core. It
Okay,
is
I'm gonna
healthy and healthy.
give us a couple of housekeeping things. I'm gonna remind people what we're doing. Kristen, can you pop up the blue diamond that we're working with, please?
Oh yeah. let's remind people
What
we're
Melanie's
doing.
designing right now is an engagement ring or a statement ring using a gorgeous lab grown blue diamond cushion cut, 1.8 carats. And there it is. This is our focal. And it is just a really, really lovely color. So that is going to be in the center of this piece here. What it looks like you're looking at is like a band of metal with diamonds on it, but that's an optical illusion. The metal is only going to be on the back of the ring, and the diamonds there are just going to be connected by itty bitty pieces of gold. So they kind of look like they're floating, lots of negative space in there. This piece, once we are finished designing it, will be live on our website at 5 p.m. And I'm going to show you guys how to find that a little bit later. It's password protected. It's, a very special, if you know thing. It's going to be 15% off for 24 hours after it goes off. And then I also need to remind you guys on Instagram that it cuts us off at 11 and only allows us to do 1 hour of live there via the streaming service that we're using. So we are going to hop off and then we'll hop right back on. So all you have to do is go back to our profile and click the live to get back on once we leave at 11. There it is. That's my
If you're on YouTube, you get to stay. You don't have to jump off and come
just
back
hang
on.
out.
Just saying. Just
Wait.
saying.
Somebody else in comments said, OMG, my grandpa was a drummer in a band and played in a bar with Aerosmith.
That's so cool.
That's like a really strange thing to have in
Such a
common.
specific. I mean, they've been around a while, but like
Yeah.
that's such a specific thing.
Yeah. That's wild.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it. How's it going on the CAD? What are you doing now? Proms?
Okay. Yeah, so it's time to add some setting. So when I add the prongs and the base material, it fills in some of the holes. So things are going to start looking tighter. And I want to make sure I have the metal that's holding our diamonds in place so I can kind of open up more breathing room again. Because right now I actually think we might be too tight still. Like I don't want it to look like a full cluster band. I want it to look like
Right.
completely open. So I might need to delete some stones.
Okay.
We'll see.
So on a design like this, I'm wondering about resizing. Is that gonna be pretty difficult because of the way they have to kind of go, or does the metal on the back allow for resizing?
It will be definitely resizable.
Okay.
Because this setting will be able to give, meaning like if you need to go smaller, it would be able to just slightly, with some pressure, gentle pressure, size down a little bit. Sizing up would certainly be easier actually. But I think we'll probably do what we call bracketing. So we'll make this in our standard size 7 because that's just our, that's the easiest size for us to go up big enough and down small enough to capture as many of our common ring sizes as possible. But on this one, we are going to have to do plus or minus 2 sizes max. I wouldn't push it
Okay.
beyond that. So if somebody really loved this ring and their size was outside of that bracketed range, we would make a custom version with a newly sourced focal stone. And maybe the stone would be a little different, but I do have other icy blue diamonds. So we would make something unique and beautiful, but just, you know, in the actual size from the start. So
We
is-
always recommend using a sizing tool that's on our website called the Perfect Fit Sizer. And basically, if you order that, you'll get a selection of sizing tools that are around the size that you think you are, so that you can make sure that your Melanie Casey ring size is the one that you're going to order. Because they're depending on the jeweler, depending on the width of the band, there's all kinds of variates that can go into ring sizing. And so you just want to make sure that you know when you get a piece from us, you have your correct size. Actually, I know a few people who have done it and gotten and have written down every single finger on both hands.
Yes.
They know their Melanie Casey ring size.
Devin
Devin is one of
write
them.
down, never think about it
Yes,
again.
Devin Simone
just
did that
realized-
at Bridal Week last year.
Guys, look at my hands. They're so bare. I forgot my rings. I'm wearing all the earrings under the sun and the
Melanie
necklaces.
Diane Casey. You
So
forgot.
upset. You know why? I was doing
What?
fish tank duty yesterday, and you cannot do
you don't
fish
want to
tank
wear
duty with rings. So I took them off, and they're on. I knew exactly where they are, and I forgot to put them back on. And if they're not, when I'm getting dressed in the morning, they're not with the things. I go, oh, I got to go grab those from where I put them downstairs, and then
Oh yeah, that's gone forever out of your brain.
so upset. And now I could just go steal some stuff from out there because
Yeah.
you know who's gonna tell me no. But I hate to mess up the team's like beautifully organized trays.
Yeah, I don't think they like it when I visit the studio because I do that.
Well,
It's like,
and
I'm trying to
you were about to leave last time you were here for the airport, and somebody came over and was like, "Thank you."
Leanne
Oh
at
yes,
the brewery.
Oh,
We were with the team at the brewery, which is right next to the studio in my defense. And I was going back to the studio
the same
after the
building.
brewery
Thank God,
thing.
it's connected. That is
But I had
so
this
funny.
gorgeous new necklace, one of the Celine necklaces on.
Yes.
And Leanne, like we were like drinking beers,
Hi,
we were all
hi,
fine. Leanne was like, Katie, that necklace looks so good on you, but like, will you please remember to put it on? It's like,
She was literally going to leave for the airport minutes later, you know?
she was very polite.
You would have had to like, you would have been like, I'll return it when I'm back next time.
Absolutely.
At the end of the year.
I'll take photos of it on my own neck. It's fine.
Honestly,
Real photos of it.
it's all good. Yeah. You would have taken good care of it. I have full faith.
Oh, Robin, this is a good question. Is one ring in your collection the same exact size as another style of yours? Mostly yes. So if you're going for like our standard 1.2 millimeter band base, it's a pretty safe bet that they're all going to be the same fit. If you're going for a wider band, a lot of times those fit a little bit smaller. So you'll want to purchase our Perfect Fit ring sizer kit in the wide width size, just to like kind of make sure if it's the same finger wider width that it's the right fit. It often is, but it isn't always. And then when you return that Perfect Fit sizer kit, we issue you a gift card that you can use. So it's not like you're not investing too much in that. Paige is saying how stunning.
Perfect fits. Oh, sorry. To say with
Oh,
the
no,
perfect
go
fits, you can stack multiple rings on too. Like obviously they're 3 different sizes, but you can like feel what it feels like to have those bands on at the same time. Since obviously that's
Ah.
ultimately the intention. It's like you're gonna have a wedding band with your engagement ring. You're gonna probably wear more than one ring. Unless it's a big statement piece on the same finger. So that also changes.
It does,
It
because
makes
if you think
sense.
about it, like you can see here, if I just had one of these, I have a wide one on now, it would kind of fit in this little crook of my knuckle. But then as you add more, it kind of goes up a little bit wider on your finger. So you want it kind of fits a little bit tighter. Okay, Paige has an idea. She said, how stunning would little sprinkles of diamond around the basket / setting be, like the ones on Snowdrift? Do you want to do any around the basket, Melanie?
What just happened?
Oh,
Oh, okay. All this applied. See how much room we lost? It's not area anymore. I gotta cut these down. But yeah, I was thinking that I would bring a few speckles around the focal stone too. But I want to see what it'll look like without first, because it might end up being better without. Like it might. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with that as soon as we get the band to be really like perfect. But I don't want to over flood diamonds. I want it to be like as much negative space as I can get. So, and I'm obviously struggling with that right now. Oops. I'm gonna have to, for the first time in my life, actually edit this design.
Editing down on diamonds is not something I don't think I've ever seen you do.
No, and you know what? I don't plan to start now. Okay.
It's
There's a first time for everything except for that.
Okay, Robin. Yeah, she said, okay, cool. I have the drill diamond ring, and I was curious about others. She likes the slim and
Okay.
regular things. Yeah, you'd be fine
Yeah,
if
if
you're
that
doing
fits,
another
then you
slim ring.
know that everything will fit.
Yeah,
And that's
if you're
the
doing the
size
same
on my
finger.
finger. But different hands are different sizes too.
Yeah, your
Because you're
dominant hand is
dominant
probably
hand.
going to be a bigger size than your non-dominant hand because you use it more and the muscles are bigger.
Yes.
Jenna said Snowdrift is dream ring material. I agree. It's just something about that Snowdrift.
She's our girl around
She's
here.
the best seller for a reason. Very beloved.
She's our girl.
Very copied. Very beloved. Oh my God, speaking of,
Very.
I'm not going to tell you guys the
Sorry.
brand, but yesterday we
I
saw
haven't heard this.
another jewelry. Okay, if you guys remember last week when I was talking about the architect stacking rings and how they're designed to fit together, kind of mix and match.
Oh.
And we were talking about how it'd be a great idea to do a engagement ring series of that, where you can like have a trois moi that's not always, you can use the other diamond if you want. We know
Guess what
you
happened?
spies are here because yesterday we saw another brand post on social media this revolutionary idea of stacking two statement rings to look like a trois moi, and it was
We literally had just said it. Just weird.
furious. So you heard it here first. I don't actually
Furious.
care. It's a good idea. Go ahead and do it.
You know what's so bizarre? It also happened with our adjustable bracelet idea.
That
And
is
it was,
true.
and that was a different brand that I actually respect a lot and was like, oh, I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
That's not a completely unique idea. Adjustable bracelets are a thing, but it was the exact same like layout construction.
Yeah.
Like
The
all of
construction.
it was-
Yeah. But what's interesting is that construction in our product development did not work.
Correct. That's the funniest part. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
So
probably
other
should
brands,
test it, though.
guys, if you are here, just let us product develop it for you before you copy it.
Please.
Or
That's
you
so
do
funny.
that.
Or do it yourself. Oh.
Yeah.
For that. It's okay.
Okay, what is happening here? You're trying to cut down on the underside.
Yeah, I'm cutting
of it?
down the underside because it's so distracting, and I think that everyone deserves to see that this is not going to look like this.
Yeah, it looks a little
And I'm
scary.
breaking it up into groups so it's not as overwhelming for the tool. But like this is pushing CAD as far as it can go. It's like a lot for it to remember a lot of steps when there's this much going on. So yeah, there's a very real chance that this will just like give up on me. Because this is not like I have my most fun is pushing CAD beyond what it's like really how it's supposed to work.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes it breaks.
Often. But good news on that though. My system is pretty slow. Jessica on your CAD team is our guinea pig for upgrading to the new version of the software. And she messaged me saying it's faster. It's the new system is faster. The tools work a little bit better. It's less glitchy. And the rest of us, myself included in our team, will probably upgrade this week. So
That's very
so for
exciting.
next week, either I won't have CAD at all, or it will be faster. Time will tell. But I last night it was like pretty late. The kids had already been to bed, and I like messaged Jessica. I was like, "Could I just do it now? Like, there's enough time before the meeting tomorrow, right?" She's like, "Well, actually, you have to buy the license, and they're closed. So even if you wanted to, you can't." But also, like, you sure? You sure want to do that right now? Because like
Get the
there is all
haircut
the
right before your
upgrades.
wedding. It's very risky.
It's
Don't do-
bangs before your wedding.
Yeah. Oh,
I-
Jenna says, I've seen so many listings of y'all's designs on other pages. I know, it's frustrating. They steal photos sometimes or just the whole
Big
design.
time. And
It
it's going to
is.
happen more and more with AI, but you know what?
That's
It's
true.
part of the reason that like we have our history, and those of you in our community and all of that know who we are. So I
Yeah,
have no concern about what all of that looks like for us, because I think it's already been happening to us for so many years.
oh, for
And I don't
sure.
think it
And
really
we've
impacts
actually,
us.
it's been a few years, but we have actually purchased some of the copycats to just
Just to
see
see
what they
like
look
what's
like.
up.
And oh goodness, just go for the real thing. Like, please go
Oh,
for it.
yeah.
Like, no matter what it is. I'm like kind of anti-dupe culture at this point
Yeah.
because of it, because it's like, it's
Yeah.
just save a little bit longer because you're going to buy 5 of the dupes
Yeah.
for 1 of the real thing. So it's
Yeah.
just, yeah. Anyway, that's my little soapbox. And on top of my soapbox, I'm going to pull another gift card winner.
Do it.
I'm like
Do
actually
it.
remembering to do it this time, which I'm pretty proud of myself.
I'm proud of you. Well,
Thank
it's
you.
proud. Need.
Oh my gosh, Genevieve. I was literally just talking to you. Jenna, it's you. My the two winners today are people who are actually still here with us, and I love it when that happens. Jenna / Genevieve, it is you. I'm gonna send you $100. $100.
Da-da-da. All right. Now, how do I edit this? So it is way too busy. It's not the, you know what? Part of the problem is all the prongs are facing the same direction, and that is not allowed.
Oh yeah, this is
That's a
another
lazy business,
like
man.
unseen element of Melanie's designs, and another thing where you're like, if you look at a cluster piece from another designer and then you compare it to Melanie's, and you're like, why does Melanie's cluster work so much better visually? It's because she is very intentional about where the prongs are placed. And so a lot of times in a cluster, you'll see like prongs on the top and bottom, top and bottom, top and bottom of every single stone. And it just looks very
Probably
odd.
straight down. Yeah.
Yes, it looks like very not scattered, not airy at all. And so Melanie likes to turn them different ways so that it's still structurally sound, but it has like a different varying view to where the metal occurs on the piece. And that is always, it's like we're giving away all the secrets though. This is,
We
we're
are,
literally just
but
talking
that's
about
okay.
people
You know
copying.
why? You know why it's okay? Because it takes about 10 times longer to build a single file.
That's
And
true.
that's just not in Brilliant Earth's mega budget now, is it?
No.
They'd rather just do a 4 copy. Yes, I said it. I don't like that brand.
Nope.
They are not kind in the industry.
And if
They are
you're
not the
mass
ethical
producing
brand they claim they are.
yeah,
And
if
they're
you're mass
publicly
producing with
stated.
just like throw in the stone, then it's easiest to do just the easiest option.
Correct.
So that happens
I'm not a fan of them. And them stealing our designs.
constantly.
And our, like, they've definitely taken our photos, popped them into AI, and been like, remake this. So, like, they technically get away with it, but it's,
Mhm.
they've been coming for us for a long time. Well, no, I mean, they're so big. The coming for us is just them being like, ha ha ha, like Walmart could do to any mom and pop type of thing. you know?
Right, exactly. But it's not just us either. There's other
Yeah.
like brands
A
our
lot.
size that we really respect, and we're like, wait, that's so and so's design.
So-and-so's
on
design,
Brilliant
yes.
Earth.
They are something else. I
Something
can't believe I'm about to compliment Signet. I can't believe it's about to come out of my mouth. But one thing that I've never really noticed that brand doing is that piracy piece. Signet owns like Jared and Pay and all that. And I
Yeah.
think it's partly because their designs are very by the book, like traditional, you know, like
Right.
they're not like designed.
Right.
Designed. but I don't necessarily notice them crossing those
Yeah,
lines.
I haven't looked in a while though, but didn't they just buy James Allen?
They owned James Allen already. They bought um
Blue Nile.
Blue,
Blue Nile and James Allen are merging, I think.
no, yes, sorry. They owned both of those already. They're closing James Allen.
Okay, they're
That's what
like
they're doing.
wrapping that
They're
into,
just
yeah.
they're just straight up closing the one. And then
Wow.
did you hear about the wait, was it, I don't want to misspeak here. Was it Signet that acquired the Clear Cut? The
Oh,
smaller
what's
jewelry brand? It's like she was a peer of ours. And her business just got acquired by the biggest jeweler in the, dare I say, the world? They're bigger than Tiffany, I know that.
looking it up because
Yeah,
I
look it up.
can't remember.
Because if I'm
Yeah, it is
just straight
Signet.
up,
It is Signet. Fascinating. Yeah, I feel like Blue Nile is trying to kind of rebrand maybe.
don't fall for it, people.
No. Oh, okay. They acquired because the clear cut is very natural only. Like they are
She's like
anti-lab.
very marketing heavy versus
Very.
design heavy.
Yes.
So like that's been her thing. Be an educator, and
Yeah.
the diamond was the thing that she was heavily focused on, and that was
Right.
it.
Right. Which
Well,
is
it's
not
one way
for
to get
everybody.
acquired. I mean, good for her, you know. I
Right,
feel like that
yeah.
was probably her exit plan. You know,
It looks like she's staying on at
Is
Blue
she?
Nile.
Oh goodness, girl.
It says that
I do honestly wish her the best. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
the two founders will take on executive roles to elevate Blue Nile's natural diamond and high value bridal offerings. So maybe Blue Nile is not going to focus on natural, which seems strange because they're all about like value. Like they're like the value brand, the Sam's Club of bridal.
I
Fascinating.
cannot imagine what that would feel like from being a founder, a creative person. Like, obviously, she's heavily social media focused and all of that. And then to suddenly find yourself in a boardroom of people that don't know or care about what, like, our type of business does and what we'd have to offer. Because you're not,
Right.
no one's going to convince me that there's really good listening in that
Well,
environment.
right. And I think what you lose then is like they might gain market share, but they're going to not reach the people who care about the story and meaning and creation of the piece. And that,
Right.
I mean, it's just like different strokes for different folks, I guess. But we
Yeah,
care
yeah.
a lot about the quality and the story and making sure that we care as much about your ring and design and creation of it as you did in finding the piece that spoke to you. We sometimes I forget that we're live on the internet while I'm talking about these things. Oops.
I dropped a
Yes.
lot of names
Okay.
today. Hey, Kristen, how do we beep things? How do we go
How
back
do we
in
go
time and beep things?
when we re-record or when we post the recording? Maybe we should. Beep.
Paige, I'm not going to read your comment. I'm just going to fully and completely agree with you. That is
Yeah.
what I observed as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to be live to read Paige's comment. She is correct.
And it's like
That
a
woman
common.
is just in a constant battle.
Yeah.
Constant with the world. Like, it does not have to be.
Right.
We don't have to be that angry. You don't have to be that angry.
No.
And like,
you don't
okay,
have to tell
now
people
I'm
that their opinions are wrong. Like, anyway. What were you
okay.
gonna say?
So my hot take, like this live probably should not go on the internet, is I think she leaned so hard into natural, and the market is in lab, period. And she, I think, alienated enough people that I have a feeling the buyout was, I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel like it was a requirement to continue the brand as opposed to just a happy accident and like because of
like the
thriving.
writing on the wall was there of like, I can't
I
go
think
back
it was
on
the
this.
finish line because the other alternative was maybe not existing anymore, or major shrinking and like getting rid of, you know.
Because if you have that
something.
very public line in the sand that you keep defending and defending and defending, there's no way that you can
The
go
world
back
is
on
different.
that with
You could
integrity.
never.
And
You
so,
could never.
yeah, she had like no choice.
And I think it's really, I actually think it's she did one thing good, one thing I would never do. One thing that is good is I think getting a niche and speaking to directly to your own clients, right? Like I think it's great that any brand says like, you can't, no one should do everything, period. Right. We don't
Right.
do quite a few things that I would love to own. It's
Right.
actually why we carry the curated line and things like that. Like we don't do piercing jewelry right now. It's not our thing. And if we did, we'd have to lean into it so hard that it became our thing, you know?
Right.
So she picked something to specialize in. So that part of it I think is really good. The bad part of what she chose is I think she completely hung her hat on an industry that she doesn't have any control or say in. So she's
Right.
not actually part of the mining of the diamonds and the start to finish, mine to finished piece process. She is frankly a victim of what these massive corporations decided, whether they wanted to make mined diamonds look really good in their marketing or really bad or whatever. She had absolutely nothing to do with that. So why it would be like me sitting here and building our brand completely aligning with Apple and the iPhone. Like I'm not part of that.
Right.
Why would I do that? Maybe I should
Right.
instead pick something that I actually like, I don't know, specializing in a certain kind of stone and material that we become an expert in, and then we actually have a hand in where it comes from and the origins and all of that. That would be different. I feel like an antique dealer specializes that way.
Yeah.
But I would never focus on a corporate publicly traded entity as my specialty when I'm not related to or part of and have no say in what that
Right.
company is.
It
what
helps
it
me to
sounded like to me.
reframe it a little bit as like she's a victim of that talk. Like when you go to these conferences or these
They're
trade
really
shows,
tough. They
and
talk
that's
the
what it's
talk, they
about.
convince people, they convince the
Yeah.
mom and pop jeweler that there's a right and a wrong way.
Yeah.
And I think that it's really hard to see when a person's business, I'm not saying her business was struggling by any means, but a lot of mom and pop shops are struggling because they don't move quickly enough because they're maybe not paying attention to the trends and all of that. So they'll go to a trade show and they'll learn something that feels like it's the solution. Like Marty Rappaport says a lot. He says this guy is a pillar in our industry who I dislike strongly, very strongly. Actually says to mom and pop shops, you have to sell to rich people. He says the word rich people.
Like out loud on a
Disgusting.
stage.
Disgusting. And that's
Yeah.
what people then carry back to their shops and how they
Yeah.
speak to people.
Yeah.
It's the reason that we are we don't participate. We don't
Right.
go to
And
those
it's
things. We
why
don't listen. It's
we
not
were
our world. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit what he has to say.
Right. And it's why like when Lab Diamonds came on the scene several years ago and they kept getting better and better and cheaper, it was like, of course, it makes fine
We're
jewelry
doing
more
that.
accessible to more people. Isn't that what we want? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate the exclusivity of it. Hate
And
it.
they're genuinely beautiful. And like we're
Yes.
here to make beautiful things. And then
Right.
the things turn into your memories and your meaning. We're here to
Right.
support that part of it. We're not here to we're not here saying that we're solving like your future generations financial like life, which is what I feel like
Right.
the messaging from like a clear cut has been.
Yeah, like this is an investment, like a retirement fund.
Right.
It's not
Like,
gonna happen either way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Kayla has a really good comment. She said that type of business creates a one-time customer versus establishing brand loyalty based on quality pieces, creativity, and transparency. Absolutely,
Mhm.
100% agree with you.
Mhm.
If you are trying to like either give somebody a reason to overpay for something because they're rich and that's the client that you want.
Rich and
That's
dumb
fine.
is basically what he probably should have
Yeah,
said.
that's what they
Not
want.
that, by the way, not that natural is any of those
No,
things.
we
I want to make
love
sure I'm clear.
natural
That was
diamonds.
his commentary on how to sell jewelry, period. Any
Right.
jewelry. And he was talking
Right.
about, and he was also saying that jewelers should try to go to the older generation and get them to sell their jewelry back, like so that you could make money on that as well. It was repulsive.
Yeah.
Repulsive.
And it's like
this is not an industry mindset. It's a single person. I'm quoting. Just to be very
It's
clear.
a exclusivity take, whereas we would like both clients to be able to purchase from us. Like if you want a lab grown, if you want a natural, we will.
And passing down jewelry is absolutely, in my opinion, part of the reason you buy it. And you pass it down with stories, with the origin of where did I acquire this? What was I doing? Where was I at this place in my life? And here you go, daughter, granddaughter, grandson, whatever, however you're passing it down. Here is the entirety of why this piece is special. It isn't
Right.
simply because a heavy weighty gold, which is very much worth money. The gold is
Yeah.
worth a lot of money right now. I mean, that is a very small part of the story, frankly.
Right.
It is
Right.
it is the reason to buy fine jewelry as opposed to costume jewelry. Costume jewelry is not going to be important to a future generation, period.
Right.
But a beautiful piece that has a reason to exist and special meaning to you, even if it's just wearing it my whole life type of thing.
Right.
Or like for me, like I have earrings that match my daughters, like that kind of stuff. It's like so special. But then yeah, if I break it or it's like I don't like it someday, it is heavily it's solid gold and that has
Right.
value and the diamonds have value, you know?
Yeah.
So
It's worth repairing. It's worth,
yeah,
you know,
worth
resizing for
maintaining.
your children and all that kind of stuff. And interestingly, this is related. It's a similar mindset to why we keep naming our pieces and doing like narrative descriptions
Yeah.
for our pieces. Because if you look out in the world, you'll see a lot of people are really focused on only on like SEO and keywords, and like they'll name their piece like cushion cut diamond solitaire engagement ring because it's easier for you to find them on Google, just like a basic thing.
Yes.
But we really
The
love
Google.
Holly, our copywriter, has really done amazing with our descriptions. And it's because Melanie has inspiration that actually inspires the pieces. And so rather than just like, this is what the internet wants to buy, it's because it's beautiful. It's because it tells a story. It's because it's inspired by whatever it is. And we have a lot of people who purchase pieces because the name or the description means something to them. And that's the kind of thing you want to pass on, is like what it
Yeah.
meant to you. Anyway,
Oh, listen to us today. Get
truly
out
listen
that
to us.
soapbox, baby.
Whoopsie.
Oops.
I hope you guys are all
Still,
here.
I have found myself giving less and less and less of a shit.
It's
Don't
because you're
care.
40. It's
Come
because
for
that's just what
me.
happens.
Come for me.
Listen, if I can tell the fact that I thought my child's chocolate syrup stain was cancer, then I don't have any care in the world about what's on.
Don't care. Don't care.
Oh, Robin says that's why I love your brand. And I never got into jewelry really besides here and there at the store, but I like how you guys treat people and your online presence, including us in your meetings. It's fun. Oh, thanks, Robin.
Yeah.
It's really fun to have you here all the time. We appreciate you
So
guys.
I
showing
have
up.
to undo all of my cutting up all of the settings so I could see what I was doing because it's making this too slow. So just
Okay.
you guys are just gonna have to use your imagination.
Okay.
That's it.
We're
It's gonna
used
be
to it.
ugly. But at this point, yeah, you know, it's the process. Even deleting these like steps that I put in there that I'm trying to undo is taking forever.
Wait a second. There's okay, we have to go back to the tea because Kristen on our team just posted in our marketing Slack that she said, okay, and also I saw a Brilliant Earth ad that goes from watercolor to the finished piece. Wonder where they got that. Listen,
I bet it's watercolor that like looks like ours too.
absolutely it is. I'm sure that it is. And Jessica said,
You know what? I
Brilliant
think
Earth, they'd had an original thought since before they named themselves. I mean, it's a good name.
We should be getting royalties for being in there. Like we should be getting paid for being their marketing department.
Honestly,
Like just hire us. All right. I'm just kidding.
we are feeling spicy today.
I know we're not talking to name names.
Do you know what happened? Is I had 2 cups of coffee instead of 1.
Okay. Okay.
And I forgot to take
More
my
complicated.
medicine. I forgot to take my medicine.
No. She just compensated with caffeine, as we do. Yep.
Stimulant. It's a stimulant. Is a stimulant, I suppose. I should probably take my. No, it's too late to take it. I'll be up forever. Oh man.
Prepare to get nothing done today.
Well, I'm gonna read these nice comments because they're making me feel good. Lindsay says, that's my goal one day, to purchase heirloom jewelry, and I love your designs, transparency, and meetings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Elise said, I also didn't think I could ever afford an NMC piece, and I'm sitting here wearing 2 with plans for more. Love it. Are you gonna get more bride? Are you coming to Bridal Week, Elise? I can't remember if you said so or not. It's time though. It's time for you to come. It is crazy that there are spies everywhere. It is possible that they're just like AIing how to find out what we said. I don't know. It's probably possible.
You know what? Again, I said nothing that wasn't pure effing fact.
Right. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm not saying anything bad against our actual true peers that we respect.
Right.
Even if sometimes you see something, you kind of go, I don't know about that. Everyone's on their little journey. It's fine.
Yeah. If it's an original idea and you're executing it with integrity, I will
Well,
cheer
it's
you
like a
on.
very clear derivative that is wildly something that is different and unique. That also happens
Yeah.
because this industry is full of like there's colliding creativity that does happen, like,
Yeah.
you know, overlapping. If there's a trend, there is likelihood that multiple people right now are doing bezel with wide bands that we are doing, that kind of thing.
Right.
We never ever would say like, oh, that's ours. When we say it's clearly ours is when the prompt placement, the height, the levels, and the stone sizes are all exactly the same.
Snowdrift is a great example of this.
It's like like we've seen it many times. Oh, Quince. I will
Ooh,
never
don't
purchase from
get
them.
her started on Quince.
So I had an interview. I have I think I sent this to you, Katie. I've read it with my own two eyes in an expose. They send bots, splinter bots to all of the websites of any sector that they're trying to get into. So in jewelry, they show up to our website with their bots and we can see the traffic from their bot hub.
Yep.
It spikes our traffic to be, I don't know, 500 times what it should be on a given day. And they attempt to add product to the cart to learn information. So they're learning about our inventory count. They figured out a way to learn what a brand like ours sells the most. Then I know this for a fact. They've done it to us and they've done it to many, many brands. They purchased the actual product, probably the top 3 sellers from that brand's website after the bots scrub it. They send it overseas. They remake it in whatever nonsense BS garbage version that is the cheapest possible version of that item they can possibly make. They photograph it professionally and beautifully, and then they sell it for a price that's a quarter of what it should cost if it was manufactured properly. So they have the piece that is being molded and cast. They did it to 3 of our pieces.
Yep. And this is why
Wavelet and PDD. And there's no recourse because they're huge.
Yes.
They're huge. They're not, the quality is garbage. And it is physically purchasing our product. And we can't look at the name of every single buyer. They just make a profile and they buy it. Like, you know, Katie Kurtz just purchased these 3 rings. Why would we know the difference? They mold it. They actually measure the prompts. They do all of that and they full blown copy it. And they did it with 3 of our pieces.
Yeah.
And I think actually some of them are still on their site.
Yeah, they are.
They're
And I think
garbage.
that they do this
Absolute
with clothing too, because
They
there's
definitely
clothing
do. Jenny
pieces that I
Kane.
see from like smaller, like
Oh, and then they
smaller
put up
brands.
ads and say the same as Melanie Casey, the same as Jenny Kane, before and after, and they play the price game. And the consumer cannot tell. It's not about I actually think from a consumer standpoint, if it's truly the same product, you buy the less expensive one. So it's just like we're not whatever. That's just like the reality of the world. What I think is awful is the quality is so bad, and God knows what they're paying for like labor. Like they're getting their costs down so much with the massive bulk purchasing that we don't know what the human consequences, the environmental consequences, but obviously it's bad. You do not get that kind of price if there isn't a sacrifice in many, many areas. And it stifles future creativity just in the entire industry because a business like ours, we're okay. We have a base like this, you know, like we have a place to show what we do. And we have a base of clients that appreciate what we do. But a lot of brands out there that haven't done that part yet would easily be put under completely from that.
And like one of the worst parts
really bad for the
is that
world.
their marketing is saying that they are ethical. That's their whole thing. It's like Everlane used to be. It is, we are the ethical entrepreneur, and it's literally just a buzzword. And so if you're a product development,
an actual article, I'm not just assuming. I know it's correct. Fact. Yeah.
So if your product development consists of buying and stealing designs and copying them for the cheapest possible, there's no way that the rest of your practices are ethical either. So like there's just no possible way. It's just
there's literally no way. And imagine the waste too, because like our product is extremely difficult to copy, and you have to sacrifice a lot to mass produce it. That's why we would never be able to do that. So the amount they would have wasted and failed attempts and like they just throw it all out there and see what sticks, basically. And the fact
Yeah.
that they actually scrubbed our data to get there is repulsive.
Disgusting. Yeah, Ali says
They
ethics
did
are never
figure out
cheap.
what our
and
top
that's
sellers
true.
actually were. It was, they were right. I'm losing.
They're like, she's talking about us.
The box just figured it out.
Oh, Nicole
guys,
says,
this
what
is
are your
the-
thoughts on the TikTok
Sorry.
jewelry designers that make a CAD and send it to China to be made to keep costs down? I think it's bogus. So
So many
what are your
hands
thoughts on that,
single
Melanie?
phones. So I think that there is actually a time and a place for China manufacturing. And I think China manufacturing, because it's China, it gets a really bad reputation because of a place like Quince or I know that Brilliant Earth does overseas manufacturing. I know that most of like Signet does, like most of these places are doing quite a bit overseas. Overseas does not equal bad and actually does not equal human consequence or environmental consequence either. But you'd have to find a brand like ours that happened to just physically be in China. They
Right.
have an immense amount of expertise and their technical know-how is beyond most anything in America for manufacturing. So
Right.
I don't think there's actually anything wrong with that. If that jeweler or if that CAD designer also understands the construction of jewelry,
Right.
how jewelry is made, how it is meant to be worn over time, like
Right.
what rules are okay to break and what are not. If the
Yeah.
designer is experienced at the bench, and people are interested in purchasing that product, and they know that their manufacturer located wherever in the world, because I actually don't really care about the borders so much. I just care about the quality and the consequence. As long as that is a small, like those, some of those manufacturers are small family owned shops, just like
Right.
we are, you know?
Right.
And if you have a personal connection and you know that it's the best of the best, I don't care what country it's located in. But
Yeah.
what I think that might be described there is that just like some random person got CAD, doesn't really know what they're doing, and then they just went on the internet and was like, boop, 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 make
Right.
jewelry,
Manufacturer. Yeah. I think
and
it's that
then
bothers me
you
is
have
that like
no idea what you'd be getting.
disconnect, right? Because like,
Yeah,
and it's maybe because of where like we like the way that we do it because like goes from design to manufacturing to product development to QC back to the designer for final QC. And so there's that like circle of ecosystem. And so I think the disconnect can come in. Also, what I would worry about if I was purchasing a piece made from one of those TikTok designers sent over to China is a lot of times when people outsource jewelry, there's a whole sampling process that happens. So like you have
they're
your
just
design,
skipping that.
you send it, and so like my piece is the sample, and then like I just get what I get, and you don't know for sure that it's executed properly. That would worry me a little bit too. But I agree that there are talented artists everywhere
in the world, right?
So yeah,
I would say there would be certainly no warranty on that.
no.
You as the consumer do not have the equipment to test your materials, so you would not
Right.
necessarily know. And I don't think that random jeweler that's sending it overseas, like you're describing, is testing. And that is an absolute requirement. If you use anything, any manufacturer overseas, you need to be able to test yourself, verify it without a shadow of a doubt that you're selling the material you believe that it is. Otherwise, you're on the hook for that and your own reputation.
Right.
It's a lot of scary business that has to be considered and solved for if a person is going to enter into that world. But again, like
Right.
I certainly won't knock it because I know for a fact that there are small manufacturers in Hong Kong that are better than most any manufacturer anywhere else in the world. Like we all think
Yeah.
of like Italy as being like the best of the best. I
Yeah.
would challenge in current day that Hong Kong is going to be give an Italian manufacturer their money. They just all, you
Yeah.
know, they all specialize. It's like all a little different, but
Right. Well, there you go. What other hot takes do you want us to take today, guys?
I had all kinds of stuff.
We got an
Oh my
icy
God,
blue
I was
diamond
getting
with
considered.
some red hot takes. I'm sorry when I said that. I regret saying it immediately. Okay, Paige is saying I worked for years for Lush Cosmetics in the training department, and one of my biggest takeaways is that it's exhausting to be an ethical consumer. Yes, it is.
Truly. Is Lush, tell us about Lush. I've heard that they're actually really above board and like a really solid company with a strong ethical
Yeah.
backing, but
Is
Is
that
that
why it's exhausting?
true?
Because it just takes a lot of effort to be ethical.
Because nobody wants to answer those ethical questions when you start talking about manufacturing,
Truly.
right?
It's like, don't look behind the curtain stuff.
It's so sad.
Allie says, I think I know the answer to this, but do you guys do custom pieces? Ooh, I'll handle this one. Yes.
Well, I do with this file.
Yes,
Just the
please fix
slowest
this, whatever's happening, and I will talk about custom.
It's gonna be
Okay.
awesome. It's so not awesome yet.
Yes. Okay, so yes, we do custom with an asterisk on that. So if you go to our website and just search custom or go to our guidance pages, there's gonna be a whole page about what we can and can't do custom wise. Some examples would be, let's say you love the snowdrift ring, but you want a specific color green sapphire. We absolutely will do that for you. You just tell us what you're looking for. Our stone sourcing team or Melanie will find your stone and we will create that piece. If you want to take a couple diamonds away from the snowdrift ring or add a couple diamonds to the snowdrift ring, yes, we can do those kinds of things. If you want a specific piece with an extra wide band, we can do those kinds of things. So we do a lot of modifications on our existing collection. Stone changes, prong changes, bandwidth changes, all those kinds of things are usually yeses, as long as they're going to be structurally sound. So you could always just reach out. We do a very, very limited number of true custom pieces per year. Melanie has like certain times blocked out to do those. So it kind of depends on her availability. And it's a pretty high starting price point price wise for that, because it takes
Do you see how many hours it takes?
hours and hours of work. So basically the process is you reach out to us and let us know kind of what customization you want to make on one of the pieces. And our customer care team makes sure that that is going to work. And then you pay a $250 fee to get the customization process started. And that fee covers whatever time it takes to source your stone or to change the CAD. We'll send you a line drawing of your new design just to make sure that you like it. You could also pay extra to get like a full color CAD rendering of it if you prefer. A lot of people don't do that though, because the line drawing is enough. And then we go ahead and make your piece for you. And so sometimes there's some extra costs involved. Like if you're adding diamonds, you're gonna have to obviously pay for that extra. But the $250 fee just kind of gets the process kicked off and started. And then we'll invoice you for any extra charges based on your final design. Hope that makes sense. But let me know, Allie, if you have anything. Oh, past pieces. This is a really common question. Sometimes we can recreate past pieces. I would say 75% of the time we can't, and that is only because those stones are lost and gone forever. Not lost, but they're gone forever because we had like a very
Used it.
specific number of them that we could make. So when we release limited edition designs, it's not because we don't want all of you to have them. It's because it's literally the only stones that we have of that very specific size and color. And when you're working with natural gemstones or even lab grown gemstones, it is really difficult to find the exact number that you need to make it like a permanent release. Blue sapphire, sure, we can get those. But if it's like a mint or a pale pink or something like that, or midnight blue, it's just really hard to recreate those. So always worth asking. We can always look and see if we have any left or if we can source more of them. But a lot of times our pieces are limited edition, and then when they're gone because of the sourcing challenges for those. Okay, wait, we've got more stuff about ethics. The password does have to be tea related. I agree with you, Elise.
Hyphen hot today. Should we
Hyphen.
just have the password be Brilliant Earth? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just right on the nose. We'll be like, are we
Oh my
okay?
God.
I'm sorry. I have been saying some brand for like 3 years.
I know,
That's
it's time
them.
to let it
It's
out.
them.
I
It's
know.
not just them.
We've
but it's
reached
mostly
middle
them.
age and we do not care. We do not
Did I
care.
just save that? Okay, where did it go? Oh, it's
Oh,
thinking.
this is lovely. Okay, Paige is who we asked about Lush Cosmetics. She said they
Yeah.
really are ethical, down to the HR. They even give their shop managers of all genders a year paid leave when they have or adopt a child. They have the highest standards about sourcing materials, packaging. Love to hear it.
Love that.
Because same.
Smell
Honestly,
it.
sometimes I wish Melanie was a little bit less picky about that stuff.
I
But
know.
she's not.
I
And
know.
we
Who are you?
support. We support. Yes, the DD is staring in Northern Lights ring. I know. We really, really, really want to make more Northern Lights for you. I promise we do.
Trying my best.
Working on it.
Always. And I'm not the only one. Emily is always trying her best to source.
Yeah.
We have a team, an entire team whose only job is to deal with the incessant requests coming from me and all of you.
Yes. Oh, Kristen, will you post that link that Christy shared in our Slack, the custom jewelry link? Will you post that in comments? Because I think that would be really helpful for people. Oh, she already did. Thank you. Oh, I see it now. Literally like a minute ago. Elise says, save your work. Thank you, Elise.
Oh God. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So what's happening here? Are we feeling better about the scattered?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. So pretty much what is going to take me the next 3 days of my life, because it's very slow, is I am going to very, 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 very slowly adjust every single prompt on this entire thing. And then I'm going to quietly sit here and connect every single setting. And it's going to take me until 4:45. And that's okay. But I would, so I'm torn a little bit. Do we want, like, okay, let me get to the line drawing. Let me say my work. And then I'm going to just tell you what I'm thinking. So
Okay.
I think I do need a little bit more negative space. I will work on that. I don't know, along the way. I'm afraid it's going to crash my file. So I'm not going to delete anything yet because it scares me. But before I go into that and open up a little bit more space, I want to know, is there a favorite side or are they both good? So this is side one. Ignore that they go all the way down. It's not cut yet. And this is side two. The reason I'm asking.
Closer.
Hmm?
Can you go a little closer at all?
Oh, sure.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is side two.
Okay.
So we feel even, like this one would be connected just here. So it will be completely open, but like, I like that it's really meandery. And then I go back to side one. On this side, we have this one that raises up. There's a little more levels on this one, I think. This one's a little bit more like even left to right. This is side one. Going back to side two. So the reason I'm asking is because we could leave it where it's completely scattered on both sides as it is now, or I could mirror it so this side and this side match. The problem with doing that is it will give it like almost like an S shape, and I don't think we really want. I'm talking to myself.
Because you want it to be more like there's a band there, like a straight band, but it happens to be made of diamonds, not like a meandering band.
Yes, I don't want it to sweep. So
Okay.
a lot of that kind of thing. And actually, I will probably tuck this one in because of it. I like this little, what feels like by accident dip in this one as well. And you guys can see where it was all placed. This is the shape that is underlying that we will adhere to. And when it's actually worn, it will kind of give you a wide band look. But yeah, so everyone likes, well, we have a combo.
We've got a few. I think side one is side one is the majority so far.
You know, it's the worst thing I've ever done is I don't remember which is side one and what's the side two now.
Oh,
Guys,
wait, me either. I was really hoping you did.
This little raised tiny diamond. This one, I think this is side.
I think that's side two.
Okay, I think you're right because I would have finished from side two. Okay, slightly larger diamond raised up is side one.
Okay, wait, no, I think we had it wrong.
Did we get it wrong?
I think you said this is side two because oh shoot, no, I don't know. Try again. All
right. Okay. The slightly larger raised up diamond is our anchor. This is now side one.
Okay, guys, I am going to ignore your votes already. I'm sorry that you have to vote again because we can't get our act together today.
Yeah.
So this is side one that you're seeing
side
right
one
now.
With the slightly larger diamond up there. Side one. Can you see it? I'll zoom in again.
That's so pretty.
Side one. Boop. Side two.
Okay. So if you've already voted, I still need you to vote again because I don't know which one you were talking about before. Side two and side one. The one with the top stone. Okay, that's side one. This one.
I think we
I
switched
do
to
like that. The
side.
stones go up higher a little bit on that one. Oh, but that's really pretty too.
It might be this is potentially throwing people. I would connect this section.
Okay. Where it looks like there's like two branches off, that wouldn't look like that. That would be a connection of some sort. Okay, I think we like side one still.
Oh, cool. Okay, I think that it's the more larger stones in the mix.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Beautiful,
little more
okay.
variety.
Thank you, team. Thank you
Wow.
all.
Phew.
Oh, did we miss any discussions on double prongs or prong state in the center? We didn't talk about that. I completely forgot. You know, what would be kind of fun is potentially tap prongs up here, something with a little bit more weight because this is going to be very diamond heavy. I don't know. Or we do double prongs. We could even do triple prongs. We can. What do you guys think about the prongs? Because that's not currently like designed. That was just me trying to make sure I filled in the space.
Tell us about
Oh.
prongs. Kristen on our team said it feels like when you're at the eye doctor, which is clear, 1 or 2. It's true. It needs an optical name.
Completely.
Remember those giant goggles, and you're like, this is going to determine the rest of my life whether I tell you correctly, and they both look the same.
You know, I went to the eye doctor once just because I was like, everyone said that they go, and I was like, maybe I should just go. And I was there, and they were like, kind of like, why are you here? I was like, I don't know. Do you have any trouble seeing? It's like, no. They were like, I guess we'll just do an eye test. And then I tried like really hard to like pass the test, which means I probably like it was weird. Why was I there? I don't know.
But I
Still
think
don't know.
we're supposed to go like for eye health, right? So they can tell if you have something. I don't know.
I
Is it
don't
like
know.
a dentist where you're just supposed to go even if you're not having a problem, just for like a
I don't
cleaning
think
or
they
like an
clean like
inspection?
they like floss your eyes. Ew.
That's laser. They shave off with floss.
Well, because like I've had a sty before. That's nasty, but I think that's a dermatologist. I don't actually think that's the
Yeah, I think that is a dermatologist.
yeah. So I don't think I've ever had a like I went. And then I left and was like, that was strange that I did
That was
that.
a waste of time and money.
I spent
Okay.
money on that. Oops.
Triple prong. People are liking triple prongs or maybe tab.
The only reason I thought the tab could be fun is because it is like it's like a different design choice for
Yeah.
our airy band, but really, really, really nothing minimal prongs is what I have here, and that would be a way to just show the diamond, and you almost wouldn't notice how it's set. Like you wouldn't see it. So that is
Which goes
the
along
current
like
single
floaty.
prong would
Yeah.
mean that the diamond is really what you're seeing.
Now I kind of want those single prongs.
Girl, that's the worst thing I've heard today. Flossing your eyes. I'm
Honestly,
sorry.
it's
You know
really
what's funny?
bad.
I said it. I got a little sick, and then I moved on. You are
Yeah.
correct.
I don't like that.
Like
picture
when they
in
go
my head.
behind, like just you go between the teeth, you go
Right.
behind the
Right.
ball.
Ugh. Eyes are weird. Yeah, I do think I think insurance covers an annual eye exam for a reason.
Oh, so wait, maybe I should have gone more than once in my entire life then.
Yeah, I think that maybe it's time. Like every time you get a
Honestly, I probably should
mammogram.
have gone when I was getting migraines. I just never ever even considered it, and now they're gone. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm perfectly fine. But yeah, mammograms are 100% yes. Every year.
Absolutely.
No question. Skin
I should
check
go for my.
from moles.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
100%. No question.
Soon we're gonna have to getting colonoscopies. When does that start? Like 45?
Why did I think it was 40? But I'm over 40 and they've said I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't need to do it yet. So okay.
Um,
But yeah, soon. But they put you like either what did they put you under or laughing gas type of thing? Like
I've
you're
had
not like no one's
one.
traumatized by it.
Yeah, you get put under. It's just the prep part is annoying.
Oh, the drinking of the laxative, like the
yeah,
jug.
the like clear you out thing.
Yeah, that's the part that like, yeah, but you know what? You could either do that or go get like Giardia. And then like it's the same impact, the same thing.
Or norovirus, apparently.
Or
Bring it
norovirus.
full circle to
My
that.
cat had Giardia once. That's why I know full well what that looked like.
Ugh.
He got out and then just kept drinking like water from random streams and ponds. Came home after being missing for like a week, covered in ticks with Giardia. I didn't know he had Giardia until he jumped up on the counter and was like
No.
sitting there. And I was like, what's on the counter? And it was just the whole house. No humans got it because we bleached everything and we didn't have kids yet. So therefore, we were fine. Even our dog didn't get it, but like the only because we had him tested and the doctor was like, yes, this is contagious. Yep.
Oh, yep.
And it
You can't
was
touch anybody else with that.
disgusting.
Oh my god.
He's no longer with us, so we're good.
But it wasn't for that reason.
Yeah. That didn't do. That's not what did it.
Oh.
We're good.
Okay. We are we need to wind down, and so we need to decide on these. I'm gonna do one more gift card before we go.
I went back to
It
side
looks
stone. Sorry,
like
I forgot what I was doing.
it looks like people are liking double prongs or
Do you want a little more prong decor? Is that
yeah,
what I'm hearing?
yeah. I
This
do.
is really
I think it could go
good.
either way. So like if you want this piece and we decide on one of these prong layouts and you want to buy it, we can change this for you. We can add different
Yeah,
prongs.
that's
So
true. It would
don't
be
worry
pretty
about that.
simple.
Yeah.
It would be very simple. I have pushed this file as far as it's willing to go for me,
I'll be right
but
back.
it's thinking every time I touch anything. Cannot wait to upgrade. Okay, I'm gonna try the doubles, the double prongs, because the triple prong tends to have that thicker center prong, and then the side ones are a little bit smaller. And I think it would just take up a lot of space. So I'm gonna go double
Yeah.
prong. I do
Okay.
love the tab prongs though. I do love the tab prongs these days, but
That could be cool. But I do like the lighter
think I'll
prongs
do those.
because of this airy
yeah,
look.
and
Let's
it
do
will
that.
match the scale of the prongs on all of our side diamonds.
Okay, Damien, you are our final gift card winner of today, but everybody remember that this link is going to stay live. When we repost this on YouTube, we're going to include the link so that you can enter throughout the week for that $250 one. So Damien, I'm going to send it to you now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
And then I am gonna show my janky little Microsoft
Screen
Word
share,
document.
screen share, screen share, screen share.
I'll do it. Let me send Damien the gift card first.
What's the final password after all said and done? What did we decide?
We're
for
just
today?
we're going TEA because we sure spilled it today.
It's yeah.
Oh wait, I messed this up. Hang on.
I'm getting more and more comfortable on these things, as are you, Katie, as we've found.
I'm a little nervous as to like I feel like
Eventually it's gonna go
we
too
didn't
far.
spill all of the tea today.
But you know what? I actually really don't like that I talked a little shit about an actual peer and I feel a little guilty. So let's not go ahead and blast that on the internet for me. Thank you. I don't like to judge other like actual business owners that are in a similar place of
I'm
us and all
trying.
that. And try really not to, because it is such a hard business and it is such a hard day to day, and the industry changes so often, you know. But
Yeah.
I also I don't know, make decisions that I feel like I don't have to go back on ever.
We certainly do have more opinions to share, so don't worry
we do.
about that. All right, friends, here's how you're gonna find this piece. This is my little screen grab. So on our website, melaniecasey.com, at the top, you're gonna see a little tab that says For Insiders. You're gonna hover over that, and these things will pop up. At 5:00 p.m. today, stop laughing at my document, it's very professional. At 5:00 p.m. today, you're going to go to this coming soon password exclusive shop Tuesday morning meeting designs, which is the link right here. And then you're going to see this pop up, exclusive access. And this is where you enter the password. Today's password, oh, I forgot to change it from last week, is T. So this is where you're going to enter it. But if you do it before 5 p.m., you're going to be disappointed because nothing's going to be there. It will go live at 5 p.m. If you super duper want this piece, it's one of a kind. And so you should try to be there at 5 p.m. It'll be 15% off for 24 hours only. And that is
tell you,
that.
I really super duper want this piece to actually come together in CAD.
I know.
Super duper want it. You are adorable. That you just feel like, if you super duper want this piece, if you super duper want it.
I didn't even know you were making fun of me at first because I didn't know that I said that. I was like, I know you should if you super duper want it.
If you super duper want this piece, because I know you were trying not to swear. If you effing want it, if you want it as bad as I do, damn it. You know, like you're like, if you super duper want it.
Oh my God, Kayla said, I wouldn't know if the marketing team is sweating right now or just exchanging funny GIFs while we're chatting today. If I could screen share, I don't know how to do it. It's literally GIFs. It's covered in GIFs.
And it's all like, oh shit.
It's a lot of do tell is a GIF, popcorn eating is a GIF, and then Alexis from Schitt's Creek going, ew. Those are the GIFs that have been shared today. They're used to it. They know all the tea. We talk about it a lot.
You guys, this is going to be epic. I am going to open up, delete some of these diamonds out and open it up so it can breathe. And then I'm going to connect it with tiny little filaments of metal. And then it's going to be incredible.
And
That's it.
remember, if you super duper want it, 5 p.m. We did not name it yet. Holly's going to come up with something. I don't feel like we're in the mode right now to accurately name a piece. I don't think that's going to be our journey today. That's going to be for our copywriter who is better.
I'm pretty sure that I'm not to be responsible for such a
Yeah.
choice right now.
Yeah.
For next week, we don't have a stone selected yet or a decision. If I really, 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 really like am excited about an idea that spins off of this, potentially we could do something there. Eventually we do need to figure out when we're designing bracelets.
I really feel like
Bracelet
it's whenever you're ready for that.
So we're waiting for the clasp to arrive. And I'm wondering if we could design some bracelets before the clasps arrive because everyone here typically trusts us so much.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
We
I don't
could
want to
show
trust
you the
them so much,
class.
but our clasp sample works beautifully, beautifully. So I feel I'm absolutely certain that the clasp that we designed, by the way, being made overseas from one of those manufacturers that I am extremely proud of, that we know, and it's a small
Yeah.
business with family heritage that has owned it for generations, that whole thing. Anywho, but they
Yeah.
make the technical clasp that we would not be able to make in this country. Anyway, when that arrives, it'll be go time, baby.
Yeah.
But
So
I
we
feel
could
like we could
design
maybe
it
get ahead of it and
Yeah.
get started.
because these are a pre-order anyway, so the timing will probably work out. And
Yeah,
and
that's true.
it would have to be like a caveat that we might ask you to wait a little bit longer if
Yeah,
something
because it
happens.
is a specialty construction. Our team needs to get used to what assembly looks like. We still need to figure out exactly how the length will, like our starting length versus our adjusted length, where we're going to add like components and all of that. We have to decide, like, do you center the charm when it's fast at its max size, or do you slide it so that when it's tightened, that's where the charm is centered? Like, there's all those tiny micro decisions we'll have to make, and product development takes a very long time because you don't
Yeah.
know until you make it, go, I hate this, and then adjust that kind of decision again.
Right.
But all that to say, bracelets are coming very soon. If I can get the green light from Jenny, we will do that next week. If not, we'll do it in a few weeks and we'll do something else.
So everybody peer pressure Jenny right now.
She's gonna kill me.
For those of you
Yeah,
who don't
like,
know what we're talking
available
about,
bracelets.
this is an idea that we've been talking about since maybe the first Tuesday morning meeting that ever happened, which is we wanted to make an adjustable bracelet. And we tried one. So what we're talking about when you need to sample when you're sourcing elsewhere because the sample that we got just did not work. And then Melanie and
First or
Jenny,
second or the third round was brutal.
right, it was a lot.
That was the
So
fourth
they
round.
kind of like redid it, had a different idea, sent it up, and it is going to work. And so it's going to be a bracelet that the size doesn't matter as much. You can like make it fit your wrist exactly. And so that's what we're talking about. We're talking about this in class.
I was gonna say, hold on, I had one more thought before we shut up. You're gonna
About
have to think,
bracelets?
I'm buffering right now.
About next week, stones for next week.
Well, no, somebody made a comment that I was like, oh, that reminds. Oh, so what about those super light emeralds you showed a few weeks ago? Can we circle back to those? Well, Britt, guess what? I didn't want to wait for all you to choose the emeralds, so I already decided what designs they're going to go into, and we have a whole bunch of them going into a future drop for the Whisper ring. It's the simple, just single prong solitaire in our collection. It's a staple of our collection and it stacks really well. Well, we need a Whisper necklace. So that's like months down the
Yeah.
road. But at some point we're going to be dropping the Whisper necklace and those emeralds because they're so special. Most of them, I believe, are going into Whisper necklaces. But I also have, I'm just telling you all this stuff. I have this really cool, you can kind of see it. It's like a springy cable chain. It's a fine woven piece of gold and it's like stiff and it holds its shape round. I found a slightly thicker one from a vendor. I'm waiting to hear back if we can get them. If we can, then our Whisper necklaces would hang on like, jeez, hair. this very fine cable that like
Oh.
holds its roundness, and it gives you kind of a choker effect without the choking feeling. And then it styles really well with a pointed like pendant that you'd wear together with it. So that will also be potentially the direction I'm going with those emeralds. They also really do deserve to be in rings. I just haven't come up with the ring side of that decision yet. I think the really unique cuts are going to be those necklaces though. So that'll be like later this year. They are unfortunately really like premium stones and natural emerald like that, and they're quite high clarity for emerald. So they'll be not for the faint of heart, but that's
Yeah.
why we're gonna make them, photograph them, list them. It's not gonna be like a guessing game. It'll be
Yeah.
like the real piece that you'd be buying. But anyway, that's so far to plan on this.
All right.
Anyway,
Thanks
that's
for
it.
being here, everybody. Thanks for
Bye,
listening
everybody.
to our spiels. Tea.
See you next
Okay.
week. See you next
Bye.
week at 10.